river was home to the beluga sturgeon, one of the world's largest freshwater fish, and caviar was a common delicacy. The tables also featured game from the Carpathian forests, along with waterfowl and wild birds such as quail and even flamingo. Delicately prepared snails, frog's legs, and Danube mussels also appeared on the coronation menu, which made full use of the ingredients available in the surrounding region.
A coronation was a solemn ceremony during which a royal or imperial crown, the ultimate symbol of sovereign authority, was placed upon the head of the future ruler. It was not only a political event, but also a deeply religious one, reflecting the belief that the monarch ruled by the grace of God. Months of careful planning and preparation went into every coronation. Historian and ethnologist Katarína Náboská explains.
Preparations lasted at least a month, and sometimes even longer. St. Martin's Cathedral was thoroughly cleaned, while the final decorations were installed about a week before the ceremony. Royal decorators, including specialists from abroad, adorned the cathedral with elaborate arrangements of fresh flowers.
St. Martin's Cathedral is one of the most important historical landmarks not only in Bratislava, but in all of Slovakia, as it is one of the few surviving coronation churches in Europe. Built in the late 15th century during the reign of King Matthias Corvinus, the cathedral was transformed beyond recognition for each coronation. The preparations went far beyond decoration alone. The Bratislava Coronation Days Festival coordinator Vladimír Grežo explains.
A coronation was always a grand and lavish occasion. To accommodate the ceremony, extensive preparations were carried out, not only around the cathedral, but inside as well, allowing as many distinguished guests as possible to attend. Temporary galleries and viewing boxes were even constructed inside St. Martin's Cathedral.
2 thrones were prepared inside the cathedral for the future monarch, surrounded by Hungarian nobles and senior church officials, while the rest of the cathedral was filled with the kingdom's elite. Those who could not find a place inside watched the ruler's procession from buildings along the coronation route. Despite a few minor variations, the ceremonies followed a well-established tradition. Festival coordinator Vladimír Grežo explains.
There were very few differences from the traditional coronation ceremony of a king, although some parts of the liturgy acknowledged that the new ruler was a woman. Nearly all the rituals remained unchanged. The most visible difference was that Maria Teresa rode side saddle during the ceremonial ride and, from horseback, performed the traditional symbolic gestures of defending the kingdom by brandishing the sword towards all 4 points of the compass. In every other respect, the ceremony followed the established tradition of crowning a sovereign ruler.
The coronation combined solemn ceremonies inside the cathedral with public celebrations across the city. Before leaving Bratislava Castle, Maria Teresa prayed in a castle chapel before joining the procession. During the ceremony, she took the coronation oath, received the ceremonial sword, and was crowned with the Holy Crown of Hungary. Unlike Queen's consort, Maria Teresa was crowned as a reigning monarch, with the crown placed fully on her head. The ceremony began at 6 in the morning and lasted nearly until noon. Today, the coronation tradition lives on thanks to history enthusiasts dedicated to preserving Bratislava's royal heritage. First revived in the late 20th century, the festival commemorates the era when Pressburg was one of Europe's most important royal capitals. But what do these coronation festivities look like in the 21st century? The festival coordinator Vladimír Grežo explains.
The highlight of today's coronation festivities is the reenactment of the coronation itself. Since St. Martin's Cathedral remains an active place of worship, the ceremony is staged in Bratislava's main square as a theatrical performance featuring the key moments of the original ritual, from the presentation of the coronation regalia and Maria Theresa's oath of loyalty to the crowning itself. To honor the city's royal past, The procession also includes monarchs who were crowned before Maria Teresa, while swordsmen, dancers, and other performers recreate the splendor and pageantry of the historic celebrations.
The undisputed center of attention is, of course, Maria Teresa herself. But who gets the opportunity to step into the shoes of one of Europe's most influential rulers? And what qualities does it take to portray the Hungarian queen? Once again, the festival coordinator Vladimír Grežo explains.
Vyberáme dámy, ktoré musia splňať to, že
The role of Maria Teresa is usually given to an actress who closely matches the age of the young queen at the time of her coronation. But portraying the monarch involves far more than wearing a costume. The actress must confidently ride a horse through the historic city center, over cobblestone streets, take part in the coronation reenactment, and later appear at the concert in St. Martin's Cathedral. As organizer Vlado Grežo points out, it is a demanding role that requires both skill and composure.
The coronation celebrations are accompanied by a rich program of events taking place across Bratislava's historic center, from historical reenactments and live performances to music, crafts, and activities for families. The festivities offer something for visitors of all ages. The festival coordinator, Vladimír Grežo, reveals what this year's program has in store.
korunovácia má za cieľ nielen pripomenúť.
The coronation festivities are designed not only to celebrate Bratislava's rich history, but also to attract visitors to the city. The program includes an exhibition of coronation-related coins, a spectacular medieval jousting tournament, and activities for children. The main highlight takes place on Saturday with a ceremonial procession from Bratislava Castle to the main square, followed by the reenactment of Maria Teresa's coronation and an evening concert in St. Martin's Cathedral. The celebrations conclude on Sunday with craft markets and family-friendly performances throughout the historic city center.
Although the era of kings and queens has long since passed, the spirit of the coronations continues to live on in Bratislava. Whether you are passionate about history or simply looking for a unique cultural experience, the Bratislava Coronation Days invite you to walk in the footsteps of monarchs and discover a remarkable piece of the city's royal past. Artificial intelligence is no longer a distant vision of the future. It is already changing the way we work, hire, and build careers. While some professions may gradually disappear, others are only just beginning to emerge. So how prepared is Slovakia for this transformation? I spoke with AI expert Tomáš Gál. Artificial intelligence is often described as a technology that will fundamentally reshape the labor market. Has that transformation already begun in Slovakia, or is the biggest impact still about to come?
Yes, it has already begun, but I think that the biggest part is still ahead of us. So we can observe some effects of this. There is quite a big impact in some job position that people are using AI tools for everyday work, but I think that it will be bigger changes still ahead when the AI will be integrated into corporate processes.
And when we look specifically at Slovakia, which professions or sectors have been affected by AI first, and how is it going to progress? And if being affected necessarily means that jobs will disappear, because there is this sort of myth.
I think that where the AI has the most influential part, it is in human resources, in logistics, in programming, software coding, mostly in junior positions, also in some clerk positions where AI is helping to do some repetitive tasks, also in some job related to jurisprudence where AI can easily find various things about laws and can easily suggest something when people should use a lot of hours to make a similar result. And what will be the future? Well, I think that there will be more of this, but also the medical sector will be most influenced in the near future.
Here in our country, we have strong industrial and especially automotive sector. What role do you think the artificial intelligence will play in these industries over the coming years?
It already started, and AI started to do very well job in quality control, but also in logistics. And here is the question whether Slovakia will be the Moscow where we are building or in automotive, or it will be part of the creative side, because artificial intelligence will most certainly help also with design.
If we kind of look back at this myth or the worry that I already mentioned, that a lot of people globally or even in Slovakia are scared that the AI will take away the jobs eventually. So in your opinion, is this fear justified, or is the greater risk that people won't adapt to the changing demands of the labor market?
Being afraid here is quite justified. We should not be scared, but we should be afraid about what will happen, because in the time what will follow, there will be bigger pressure on their qualification, because in the past years a person in job market usually gone through high qualification 1 or 2 times in his or her life, but in these years maybe he or she will need to requalify every 2, 3 or 5 years. This is the thing. We need to stay sharp about still being educated and still follow what is new.
So you think that it's mostly about the fact that people are not as fast to learn these new things? Like that's why you are talking about requalifications, because the AI is easily programmed to do basically everything, while it takes more time to teach people to actually do that. It takes several trainings, let's say like some sort of education or whatever. So I think that's probably...
You are exactly right. This is really the problem. In the present moment, artificial intelligence cannot be applied in fields where the context is too rich and the environment is changing too quickly. There is still better a human worker, but in the near future, the AI systems will be huge. Those model will be basically trained about changing, about dynamic data. So in the future, the AI system will be more responsive, more reactive, more capable to do things in environment they weren't ever trained for.
How do you think the Slovak education system should change to better prepare young people for the changes in labor market that is going to be, like you said, increasingly affected by the AI?
Well, I think that we should really incorporate AI tools into our education. We mustn't ignore it. We mustn't wait that this is a wave which will go around us, that will eventually come away. It will not. It will be here. We need to educate in critical thinking. We need to educate in how to work really with the artificial intelligence, how to not be really depending on it, because AI makes errors and it can make error which are so significant. Also, those errors may appear not immediately, but after some time. So we always need some second chance to do something, and we need to educate people. Have to came into acknowledgement that AI is maybe failing at not giving us the right answers.
What are maybe some European Union countries or even in the world that are doing better than Slovakia when it comes to preparing for the AI age? And maybe what inspiration can we take from them?
Let's take examples from the European Union, because the United States and also China has quite different ethics. They are using AI with our paradigms. The valid examples for us are European countries, mostly the Nordic countries.
Do they have like different ethics and regulations and everything like that you mentioned, China or United States?
Yes, United States is mostly lots of economics, so they're oriented much more to profits. Also in China, ethics is based upon state capitalism, so it's about some building of society. In European Union, we are more into human well-being. And mentioned Nordic countries are quite good into incorporating artificial intelligence. Particularly, we may mention Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark, the Netherlands, or the notorious Estonia. Those are countries which are implementing artificial intelligence into digital transformation in public sector. So those artificial systems are part in everyday life of the citizens when they are doing something they need with the offices or with state institutions. There is already AI helping them.
And that brings us to the end of today's program. As always, I would like to thank our guests, historian Vladimír Tomčík, historian and ethnologist Katarína Nadaska, Bratislava Coronation Days coordinator Vladimír Krežo, and AI expert Tomáš Gál for sharing their insights with us. Thank you for listening. Your host on this Thursday was Patricia Polakovičová, with sound engineering by Romana Šunderlíková. Until next time, goodbye and do počutia.
You've been listening to Radio Slovakia International on Slovenský rozhlas. All our contact info and social media info can be found on our website, enrsi.stvr.sk, or drop us a line at Radio Slovakia International, STVR, Mítna 1, P.O. Box 55, 81755, Bratislava, Slovakia. Or send us an email at rsi_English@stvr.sk.
I